Hello, so today I want to speak with you about claircognizance. Now, I want to explain my experience with claircognizance so that you can better understand your claircognizance. So that's what we're going to talk about today, all right? So let's get right into this. All right, so now first of all, claircognizance is clear knowing, right? This is your psychic or energetic sense, right? It's your psychic knowing sense. Now, keep in mind that we are all psychic, that we are all energy beings that have energetic senses. And this is just one of many energetic senses that we have, all right? And this is our energetic knowing sense, right? As energy beings, we are sending and receiving energy all the time. And we did this before we were in this manifest physical form, and we will do it after this physical manifest form. And of course, we do it during this physical manifest form. But the thing about it is that we don't always remember or realize that we have these extra senses, right? That we rely so heavily on our physical senses that we've kind of forgotten our energetic senses. So yeah, this is what it's about, all right? Now, with our psychic senses, we have them at varying levels, okay? So one person may have their psychic seeing really high, their clairvoyance, while others may have their claircognizance very high, right? So we're existing at different levels and different relationships with our psychic senses, which makes our psychic senses different, okay? They manifest differently for each person. So you have to be really careful that you're not comparing your psychic abilities to somebody else's, all right? Because your experience of your psychic abilities are going to be different than somebody else's, all right? Because of that varying thing, you know? So for an example, my clairvoyance isn't as high as my other clairs. So when I do psychic readings or things like that, you're not going to see it manifest in the same way as somebody who has really high clairvoyance, all right? So trying to compare your psychic abilities to somebody else is just going to leave you feeling disappointed and confused. And it's really important to understand how your psychic abilities work specifically. And that's why I'm sharing this with you today, not to have you focus on that claircognizance should look this way, but that it may look this way and that this is how it looks for me. Okay, does that make sense? All right, so my claircognizance manifests in two ways. First of all, my claircognizance manifests as like a general knowing sense. And I think this is pretty common for most people. But yeah, it is a general knowing sense. And this can be really challenging for those who are super analytical, that might be friends or partners of you. I know I had this difficulty too, because you don't know like how or why you know what you know. So you can't necessarily prove, well, this is why I know what I know, which may frustrate your friends and partners. And I know it did mine. So this is kind of how it works. You don't really know how or why. You know what you know. You just know what you know, and you just know it. I mean, you know it. You feel it deep in your soul. And again, that feeling sense, and I've told you this before, our clairs work together, right? You don't just have one clair. They all kind of work together. So when you have that knowing sense, right, and then you feel it in your gut as that deep knowing, you're also using your clairsentience or your clear feeling, okay? So yeah, I'll have a knowing and then I'll have a feeling like, yeah, this is totally true. This is true for me, and this is what I know. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Additionally, I receive downloads or packets of information. And now I have heard that this is also common for many people too, so it may or may not be common for you as well. But you receive that psychic information, that guidance in like packets or downloads of information. And it's like, it comes down in kind of, like I said, a packet or a cluster of information that you kind of have to put in some sort of logical or sequential order. So it's not like your clairaudience where you're going to hear something in a linear way as if somebody's speaking to you. It's like you have a bunch of information that comes down at one time, like an idea, like a concept, right? And then you have to kind of sort through that idea and figure out how to put that idea together or how to manifest that idea or something like that. So I'm hoping that that makes sense to you. I'm hoping that you're understanding how claircognizance can work for you. Keep in mind that with claircognizance, and just like many of your other clairs, that these ideas or things will pop into your head out of the blue if they are a guided message, okay? So let's say if you're receiving guidance, you're receiving guidance from above, from source, from your guides, from your higher self, or whatever, that idea or that knowingness or what you see in your mind's eye or what you hear is going to happen out of the blue. So it's going to be suddenly with maybe no reference point even, or just all of a sudden it just pops into your head. And that's how you can really tell that this is guidance that you are receiving, because generally when you are thinking, this tends to be a linear process. And when you're thinking, you can feel the effort that you are exerting in that thinking process, whereas guidance comes in like out of the blue with no effort on your part. So that's kind of how you can distinguish it a little bit better too. So yeah, keep in mind that it may be hard to distinguish your claircognizance from your own thinking. And when you are first understanding and figuring out your claircognizance, you may think that it is your own thoughts. And yeah, it's going to be a little bit before you figure out how to discern the difference between your own thoughts and that guidance that you are receiving. But those tips should really help you. So remember, though, the more that you trust the guidance that you are receiving and the more that you act on the guidance that you are receiving, the stronger that guidance will get, as well as the stronger your clairs will get, right? Those pathways, that energetic connection will get stronger too, all right? So it's all about really trusting the guidance that you are getting on it and acting on that, okay? You have to act on it to kind of let them know, the guides, your higher self, source, or whatever, know that you're really taking that guidance seriously. And that will really help to strengthen the whole process as well. Additionally, the more that you understand how your clairs work, how your psychic abilities, your psychic senses work, the stronger they'll get too, okay? And again, stop comparing yourself to others, okay? Your psychic abilities are going to manifest in different ways because they are at different varying levels, right? So some clairs may be stronger than others, and because of that, then your whole system is going to function a little bit differently than somebody else. Yes, there will be similarities. There will be similarities between everyone, but you as a person, just as you are a unique person, your clairs will manifest uniquely for you too. So stop comparing yourself to others. Just enjoy and examine how your own clairs work, how your own psychic abilities work. Because when you begin to really honor and pay attention to your own psychic abilities and how your own psychic abilities work, the stronger they will get, okay? So have faith in yourself. Have faith in this process, all right? And yeah, if you are interested in working together with me, this is what I do. I help you to recognize your psychic abilities and help to, quote, turn up the volume to your psychic abilities. So yeah, please do reach out to me. My contact information will be below, and I would love to work together with you. That would be so awesome. So anyway, I really hope that this video has helped you. I hope that this gives you a better understanding of how your claircognizance can work. And yeah, if you have any questions, please put your questions down below. And additionally, I would love to hear how your claircognizance works too. I would love to hear your experiences of your claircognizance. So put that below as well. Anyway, if you would like to know more about claircognizance, I will put another video right over here. Check that out. Anyway, thank you so very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.